I swear, if you guys are Devin Haney fans, you guys ain't gonna like me today. And I'm a Devin Haney fan. Well, I'm a fan of almost every single boxer because I'm a fan of boxing in its entirety. I am not Team Devin Haney or Team Ryan Garcia or anything like that. I am Team Boxing, and I enjoy watching boxing. Everybody that fights, I enjoy watching. There's always a fight almost every weekend. So the biggest news circling around the boxing world today is that Teofimo Lopez actually sent Devin Haney and George Kambosos a deal or a contract to have a fight with him, and they both declined. Now he also added that he was gonna get 2.4 million guaranteed plus 55-45 pay-per-view split favoring him. So this is gonna be a great event if they took the fight. So let me chime in on the easy one, the George Kambosos fight. As we all know, Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos fought a few years ago, and it was a split decision win for George Kambosos, and it was a very close fight. But we all later realized that Teofimo Lopez was not 100% and he had an injury, or his esophagus, I can never pronounce that word, his esophagus was messed up or something like that. So let's talk a little bit about both of their careers after their fight. Well, George Kambosos went to fight 4 or 5 times and he lost every single one of those fights, but they gave the Maxi Hughes fights to George Kambosos, which he clearly lost. And look at Teofimo Lopez, he went on to beat up everybody after that, including pound for pound king Josh Taylor. So I truly believe because of the fight, the way George Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez, it catapulted his career to new heights. So he started getting a lot of big fights after that, which he lost. But I truly believe if he fights Teofimo Lopez at 140 and at 100%, Teofimo Lopez is gonna stop George Kambosos. So that's the reason I think that George Kambosos does not want the rematch with Teofimo Lopez, because if he gets the rematch and Teofimo Lopez beats him, then that's gonna be the end of his career. He's not gonna get any more high paydays. So we just talked about the salad. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney, one of the most anticipated fights of the past 10 years. This is gonna be a great fight when they do fight, because I truly believe both of these fighters are eventually gonna fight. That's just how boxing works. They try to get the most money out of a fighter before they throw him into the wolves. As we all know, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez has been on each other's throats for a very long time. They got history, so this fight is gonna be a long time in the making. And before the Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko fight, Devin Haney was supposed to have a meeting with Top Rank's Bob Arum and Teofimo Lopez to make this fight happen, but they did not show up, so that was a duck. Devin Haney was the first person that ducked this fight, and Teofimo Lopez does not seem that he's ducking anybody. And he did fight Vasily Lomachenko when nobody wanted to fight Vasily Lomachenko. That's that. And Devin Haney actually fought Vasily Lomachenko later, and to me that fight was a draw, and it was a classic. No knock on each other's any of the fighters. That was a great fight. I watched it 3 times just because people did not know who won. Now Devin Haney did not clearly win, but to me he did win a split decision. But if you wanted to call it a draw, I would not be mad at that. But I would not give it to Vasily because Devin Haney won. I watched that fight 3 times and I wasn't mad at it because I enjoyed it every single time I watched it. Great job, guys. That was an amazing fight. So Devin Haney later on went on to fight Ryan Garcia, and everybody was shocked because Devin Haney was not the heavy favorite, but he was the favorite to beat Ryan Garcia. And it did seem that way because Ryan Garcia was not taking the fight seriously, and he was not even training, and he could not even make weight. So he had to take a supplement to lose weight fast, which I believe that's the reason he had that ostarine in his system, because the product he took to lose weight had ostarine in it, very microscopic traces. But that's what happened. So yes, Devin Haney got destroyed by Ryan Garcia in that fight. So after that fight, it does seem that Devin Haney has been on the DL, on the down low, because he has not been making so much appearances on people's shows or anything like that on social media. He's been pretty quiet. But you know what, Devin Haney, he needs to not fight Teofimo Lopez. I think that is a bad business move, because after that beating he took from Ryan Garcia, I would not put him against like a Teofimo Lopez or anybody in that high caliber. Maybe somebody 2 levels below, because he does need a soft touch after taking that type of beating. Everybody needs that comeback fight. Hey, but guess what, guys? I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest. And if you want to hop on your boy, throw $2 at the super thanks. I gotta roll. Peace.
The champ is here.